So hey guys, and welcome back to Leon&Co Sporting, and today we're doing a very special video, one that I actually haven't done like ever, which surprised me when I was looking through my videos. But it's a skill tutorial for football, and it's called the HEADSTALL, which we've never shown on the channel. But the premise of the HEADSTALL is basically you throw the ball up, or you get the ball from someone when you're doing like a Brazilian with someone, or you're just juggling yourself, and then you make the ball sort of stay on your head. It's quite hard to do, and that's why this tutorial is going to try and help you. Of course, doing it in a small space doesn't help, but the premise is to get the ball to stay on your head for as long as possible without it really bouncing, right? So it's not you doing header keep ups, which is something like this. That's not the point of the skill. The point of the skill is to have a ball coming at you high, and instead of like pushing it up each time and doing like keep ups with your head, you just want to make it stay still on your head for as long as possible. And yeah, sometimes you can get it going for a really long time. It really depends on the skill, and that's why it's really important to master, which I clearly haven't, but I can actually teach you sort of the premise of the skill and how to improve. So yeah, the main point, the first point, the really important point is when you're receiving it, normally you're like juggling yourself, so you'll kick up like this, but the first point is the most important one, is that first touch with your head. You want the first touch to put the ball directly above you, so then you can just keep your head in the same space and let the ball naturally come down and lose its momentum. So yeah, it's really important that, of course I'm doing this inside, so I don't want to break everything, but see this first touch, really important as to get that first touch basically perfectly above you with a bit of height, so then you can just let the ball naturally sort of slow down and stay on your head. So that's the first point. This first touch, when you kick it up or wherever you get it from, it needs to be directly above you, and then you can do variations, right? You can do on the side of your head, you can put it into the next door and then bring it back down to a juggle. So those are the variations. The first key point is, as I said, this first touch, super important. Because it's quite hard to do this inside, especially with no like football shoes or anything. But yeah, that first touch, you don't want something going forward because then it's impossible. You really want something going up as straight as possible, otherwise it just gets too hard, right? The second point is actually one that I learned recently, and it really helps you with this skill, right? Instead of being upright, like standing normally, you want to kind of squat yourself down a bit to really lock yourself in place. And this just helps you with movement, right? Because if you don't lock yourself down, you'll tend to sort of move around to try and like catch the ball. But if you just lock yourself down, bend your knees a tiny bit, then, I mean, of course, if your first touch is bad, you can't do anything. But if your first touch is good, you'll typically tend to get the ball staying on your head. It's all about the first touch, really, though. But this is just the second point that does help you. And then the third and final point is you just let the ball sort of stay on your head. Of course, even that part is hard, right? When you have the ball still on your head, I guess it depends on your head shape as well, but yeah, it is quite hard. But yeah, the first step is just keeping the ball on your head like that. So, recap of the 3 steps. I mean, I guess there's 4 steps. The first step is to actually get the ball up. Second step is to do an initial first touch where you try and get it right above your head. That will make your whole life easier. Then the third step is to just let the ball, as you can see, I'm not putting any power on it, right? Just letting it bounce on top of me. And then the final step is to keep the ball in control like this. So yeah, all the steps together. I know I haven't really shown it to its full potential, but there's videos out there of people doing this and managing to keep on their head for a long time, then do the sliders on. So that's really cool. But I'm just here with like a basic tutorial. So yeah, first step, kick up. Go the roof, just the ceiling, just put the ball on the face bit. I think a bit less height. So first touch up, then yeah, I failed it, but you get the premise. It's nearly there. Of course, it does depend on your head shape. I think I have a good head shape for this skill, but I'm just not the best at it. Of course, I feel like there's some people who it would just be impossible for them to do depending on their head shape. Yeah. First step, kick the ball up. Second step, first touch up normally, and then third step and fourth step, as you kind of see me failing to do, is one, just letting the ball sort of rebound smaller and smaller, and then the final step is keeping up. So yeah, I'm just going to try to do a semi-good example. See, that was good, but I want it to be in full control, right? You want to move as little as possible. but when the ball sort of goes to the side, it's quite hard to do that, right? When you really achieve this skill, you'll know it because, well, first of all, the ball will stay on your head, and the second thing is you won't be moving. That's when you master the skill. But it is just repetition, honestly. It's not the hardest skill, but it's really cool when you pull it off in warm-ups and stuff, and especially if you can do the side-to-side things. Those are really cool. So I guess I'll try one more time. I won't keep you forever, and you can of course leave the video as a tutorial style now. It's just me trying to complete the skill barefoot without football shoes, so in a house as well, so limited space. Okay, that was pretty good. I say this. See, if your first touch is bad, it's not over, right? You can just bring it back up, but you always want to start doing the skill once you have that perfect first touch. My head is starting to hurt now, so I think I'll try 1 or 2 more times. Bro, what the fuck, man? Oh, we did it! We did it. That was long. Of course, it wasn't as controlled as like the top samba players, but still, you understand the skill, and it's up to you to master it now.